name's Teresa. I am one of the librarians here at the library who works primarily in the children's department. The kind of books that I like to read are, I love science fiction, I like adventure, fantasy, I like any book with a mystery or a puzzle to solve, and books with interesting settings or characters that are really different from me.
Hi, my name is Miss Abby, and I'm the Youth Services Manager at the New Albany-Floyd County Public Library. You will find me sometimes in the children's room and sometimes in the teen scene, and I like reading all kinds of things, but I especially like reading non-fiction and realistic fiction.
Hi, my name is Miss Teresa, and I work here at the Children's Department at the New Albany Library. My favorite kind of books is realistic fiction.
Hi, I'm Steven. I work in the teen department here at the library. I like all kinds of books, but my favorite kinds are graphic novels, adventure stories, and really any book that's really old.
Okay, this book is called Funny Bones, Posada and His Day of the Dead Calaveras by Duncan Tonatiuh. And this is a nonfiction book, a true story, about an artist named Jose Guadalupe Posada, or just Don Lupe Posada, who was famous for his pictures of calaveras, or skeletons, especially skeletons doing kind of strange things for skeletons, riding bicycles, playing the guitar, wearing fancy hats. He lived a long time ago in the 1800s in Mexico, and he began working for a print shop, which is where he learned some of the techniques he used in his art, like lithography and engraving, and later he used some etching as part of his art, and explains how those things work in the book. And he did a lot of these interesting calaveras pictures. Some of them were very funny and silly, some of them tried to make really serious kind of messages across to people, and some of them even included these funny little poems. So here's one of the poems that went with one of his pieces of art. So it says, "It was a warm afternoon in the middle of May. Mr. Bones grabbed his hat and went walking that day. When he noticed a beauty on the opposite street, he ran towards her and knelt at her feet. 'You are the prettiest girl I've seen in my life. Please marry me. Please be my wife.' 'I am sorry, senor, but that cannot be. You're handsome and all, but too skinny for me.'" So that's one of the silly ones. And these were popular on a Mexican holiday called Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. Maybe you've heard of that before. There's a little bit of information in here if you read the info at the very end of the book if you want to learn more about Dia de los Muertos. But Posada was a very interesting artist. He actually wasn't famous during his lifetime. He became famous later when people discovered his metal and wood plates that he used to make his etchings, his engravings, those prints. And so this is a great one if you like art, if you are interested in especially creepy kind of pictures, if you like some of these skeletons doing weird things. If that is your style, you'll probably like this one, and you'll learn more about this interesting person. So this one is called Funny Bones, Posada and His Day of the Dead Calaveras.
The Princess in Black by Shannon, Hale. I want to start by reading you a little bit from this book. Princesses do not run. Princesses do not stuff frilly pink dresses into broom closets. Princesses do not wear black. And princesses most definitely do not slide down secret chutes and high jump castle walls. But then most princesses do not live near an entrance to Monsterland. Stopping monsters was no job for prim and perfect Princess Magnolia. But fortunately, Princess Magnolia did have a secret. She was secretly the Princess in Black, and stopping monsters was the perfect job for the Princess in Black. Princess Magnolia is everything that a prim and proper princess should be. She's dainty and polite. She invites duchesses in for tea when they stop by unexpectedly. Oh, and she fights monsters. Even though this is not a prim and proper princess thing to do, Princess Magnolia knows that she must protect her kingdom from the monsters who sometimes sneak in from Monsterland. When the monster alarm goes off in Princess Magnolia's castle, she knows it's time for action and she rushes to respond to the call for help. But when the alarm goes off in the middle of tea with Duchess Wigtower, one of the nosiest gossips in the kingdom, Princess Magnolia must be very careful not to reveal her secret. If you like your princesses with a helping of awesome monster fighting, then this is the book for you. And luckily, The Princess in Black is a series. This is the first book in the series. So if you like this one, then you can check out the other Princess in Black titles that we have at the library. And that is The Princess in Black by Shannon, Hale.
One of my favorite things to do on Thanksgiving Day is to watch the parades on TV with all those beautiful gigantic balloons. If you have ever wondered who invented those balloons, this book is about that man. Balloons Over Broadway, the true story of the puppeteer of the Macy's Parade by Melissa Sweet. From the time he was a little boy, Tony Saar loved to figure out how to make things move. He once said he became a marionette man when he was only 6 years old. A marionette is a type of puppet that is moved by pulling strings that are attached to it from above. When Tony grew up, he moved to London, where he discovered that no one was making marionette puppets for kids anymore. So out of wood, cloth, and strings, Tony began to make puppets. He figured out ways to make his marionette puppets move so lifelike that they performed as if they were real actors. Word spread about Tony's amazing marionettes. Macy's department store in New York City learned about Tony's puppets and asked him to make puppets for their parade. So he did. On Thanksgiving Day, Tony's creatures spilled into the streets. Part puppet, part balloon, part air-filled bags wobbled down the avenues, propped up by wooden sticks. But now the sidewalks were so packed with people that only those in the first few rows could really see the parade. Tony realized his puppets would have to be even bigger and higher off the ground. And though the sticks helped to steer the puppets, they were stiff and heavy. Tony wanted his balloons to articulate, to move and gesture more like puppets. But how? Tony Saar had to think up a brilliant plan so that his puppets could be seen. To learn how he did this, be sure to check out this book, Balloons Over Broadway, the true story of Macy's Parade by Melissa Sweet.
So the book I'm going to tell you about today is called Fable Comics. So it has a lot of fables in comic form. And do you all know what a fable is? Maybe you studied it in school, you studied folklore, so you probably know. A fable is a type of folk story that teaches important lessons, and these lessons usually come from nature, so animals, trees, rocks, and all the things around us. The most famous collection of fables was written by a man named Aesop, and he lived about 2,000 years ago. So a lot of his stories are in here, and you're probably familiar with a lot of them, like the town mouse and the country mouse, the boy who cried wolf, the grasshopper and the ants, and the tortoise and the hare. I'm going to read you one called The Fox and the Grapes.
La-dee-doo-da-diddly-dee-dum. What a happy day for a stroll. Nothing could possibly make this day any better. It's perfect. Wait, what's that? Grapes? Sweet, juicy grapes. Happy little foxes love sweet, juicy grapes. Is today my secret magic birthday or something? Ha ha ha! Happy birthday to me! Jump into my mouth, yummy grapes! So you want to get tricky, huh? Trying to keep my birthday present all to yourself, huh? How about I do a little fox kung fu on you? Hi-ya! Ninja grapes. I should have known. Well, you won't defeat me that easily. Little foxes don't give up. Activate jetpack. Ha ha ha! Ouch. Meh. Dumb ninja grapes are probably sour anyway. Whew, it's hot today.
In this book, you'll find tales from all over the world. Africa, China, America, Russia, India. Stories told in lots of different styles. So some are funny, some are more serious, and of course they all teach an important moral lesson. So no matter what you like, you're sure to find something great in Fable Comics.
Okay, this book is called Zombiekins by Kevin Bolger, and this is a book about a boy named Stanley. He lives in this town called Dementityville, which is a really boring town. Nothing ever happens. The only interesting thing is there is this one old lady named the Widow Imovich who lives in this creepy house on top of a hill, and everyone's afraid to trick-or-treat there. So she's kind of interesting and creepy. And one day she decides to have a yard sale. So all the people from the town are kind of interested in what she's selling in the yard sale, and Stanley goes, and he does find one thing there. He finds this thing called Zombiekins. So it's like a stuffed animal, kind of like a teddy bear, but it has a bunny ear for some reason, and it has these webbed paws with sharp claws, and like lizard feet, and like creepy eyes and little fangs instead of buck teeth. And the Widow Imovich tells him, like, if you're going to buy Zombiekins, make sure that you read the instructions. Make sure that you read them. And so what do you think Stanley does? He does not read them. He throws them in the trash. And this is unfortunate because Zombiekins also has a special power that he turns people into zombies. And when this starts happening, Stanley has no idea how this is happening or how he can stop it, because now people that he knows at school are getting turned into zombies. What is he going to do? So you'll have to read to find out how he solves that problem. But this is a great one if you like creepy books or scary books, but maybe you also like funny books, because this is definitely both. It is kind of creepy and kind of spooky, but it is very funny at the same time. And the illustrator, Aaron Blecha, does some great illustrations throughout the book. So it's a chapter book, but some of the pages have these great illustrations. So, scary, funny, if that's your thing, definitely pick up Zombiekins by Kevin Bolger.
Thanks so much for listening today. I hope that you heard about a book that sounded good to you. If you did, remember that you can check out all of these books for free at the new Albany-Floyd County Public Library. If you didn't hear about a book today that you really thought you would like, then I want you to still come down and see us at the library, because we're happy to help you find any kind of book that you would like to read. And if you don't have a library card, remember that you can get a free new Albany-Floyd County Library card. Just come down to the library anytime that the library is open. Make sure that you have a parent or guardian with you to sign for your card, and we'll get you all set up. So thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you at the library.